Here we are. That's us.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Good evening. Or whatever time of day it is you're watching.
Exactly.
Yes,
This isn't live.
We're very popular in Asia. So, how?
It's actually 2032, isn't it? I mean, people are discovering this kind of shit.
We're going to be like
very popular in Asia in the future.
I know. We're like Van Gogh. They're going to come back to this.
Yeah.
When we get but suddenly commissioned, everyone's going to flock back to this as the origin point of lunacy.
It's going to be like elitist knobheads who go, well, I preferred their YouTube stuff.
But this is also the stuff people are going to scour to cancel us, so best behaviour.
And they're going to find stuff easily.
Oh yeah, left and right.
Just
episode 1 probably. I think we wouldn't have to go very far.
I think episode 2, I said something about the Jews. So yeah, if you guys are looking, start there.
If that's your bag.
Cut that. That's the first point.
And silence. Go.
Just remove yourself now and just leave the four of us. Remove your bubble.
I'll pre-cancel myself now, and then you guys just carry on.
Robo, suddenly, what are you doing here?
Just hear a raucous applause, like, yay, Robo suddenly. I prefer the Robo suddenly era.
It's appropriate to reflect on Robot Suddenly and previous things. It's our 2-year anniversary.
Robot Suddenly and his short life. Yes, it is our 2-year anniversary.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little quick experiment. I'm just gonna cut away quickly to see if Robot Suddenly is still there.
Is it just
he's
mouth?
Not. He's disappeared. Oh no!
It's me, and I'm apparently Adam.
Nope, he's gone. Robot Suddenly is not there.
We've even lost him.
I know. As soon as he heard the Jews sing, he was out. He was like, "Nope, I'm not going to take that."
Not for me.
But yeah, anyway, it's been a long while.
It's been a little while, hasn't it?
We had technical issues. Not really. We just took our time with it, and we're allowed to do that.
Technically, you took your time.
I know, yeah, but who cares?
To be fair, there's a couple of times where we thought we'd get ready, and then I think Burge couldn't do last week, and we thought, we might as well take the extra few days.
Yeah.
It's all Burge's fault.
Just immediately selling them out.
Who was it? Burge.
It was Burge last week. It was Adam and Luke the week before, because you guys were at the cinema, weren't you, I believe. So yeah, it's all your fault, really. We would have been ready on.
Yeah.
We would have been. Oh yeah, Luke to make it. Anyway, let's cut that.
And me and Phil got the first half of this finished super quickly, within the first week.
You said the Friday you were knocking on the head, and then the Sunday we had it, didn't we?
Yeah, we pretty much had the first half, and then we just stalled then because we were quite happy with the first half of it, and then there was the daunting task of actually finishing it, and we were like, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, as I say, I think it probably did work in our favour that there was a couple of Thursdays we couldn't do as well. So we've kind of been typically doing it on a Sunday evening, haven't we? Kind of chipping away.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been all right.
It's been quite good actually. Kind of the old Right Tonight days, but just the two of us just kind of throwing ideas around, and it's been good. Doing silly voices. It's like this, yeah.
Absolutely, silly voices galore. It'll be really weird reading this and not having to actually do any sort of heavy lifting whatsoever. Just getting to watch them do the funny voices, Phil. It's going to be really nice. Because we're oh yeah, we just get to chill here and watch.
I keep getting a sore throat from doing the boss, but not spoiler warning. The boss is still around.
Phil, you ruined it. It's an all boss episode.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's go.
Before we get into it, Adam, are you also low-key offended that they keep saying silly voices and the two main characters? It's just our
voices.
Silliest. You silly villies.
I don't think. Have you got any characters that aren't James or Adrian? I don't think you have actually.
Nope.
That's what you get.
Arbitrary side characters.
That's what you get for being central to the story.
No, it is still mostly you guys.
So, should we transition into a recap?
Yes, let's go for a recap. Luke Williams, hit me with a sound. Ooh, I like it.
Subtle but effective.
I love it.
Saucy.
So, as everyone knows, we are still sort of traversing the past in our quantum leap-ish story.
Whoa, don't name it.
Whoa.
Don't name the thing we're ripping off.
Sudden leap.
Yep, sorry, but Sudden Leap. Nothing at all like Quantum Leap.
No way affiliated.
But yeah, we're continuing with the adventures of Adrian and James. Adrian in the past assuming historical people's bodies, and James in the future as like the person in his ear trying to avoid strong muscular amphibians. I think we settled upon originally frogs, and then Phil introduced muscular amphibians.
Yeah, that's going to be my legacy of this whole series, is my muscular amphibians. There's no like nice characters or anything to brought in, it's just muscular amphibians and the visual delights that brings to mind.
I mean, it's great. I love it. So yeah, it's
look, you did it once. It was like throw away, but then I feel like everyone who's gone since has elaborated on it and used it extensively.
So you can't pass up muscular amphibians.
The premise, obviously, being that that Adrian is stuck because of the overusage of time crystals.
Well,
this is all that's left. He's in sort of a temporal sort of.
And they're utilising that to try and correct the timeline that they've previously fucked up. So the future as they know it is, these muscular amphibians have taken over. So they're hoping that by going back and recreating...
Muscular amphibians from the moon.
From the moon, yeah. Moon origins.
Moon muscular amphibians. I think everyone's just going to add a noun to that as we're going on.
They fucked up the history by...
just overindulging in this crystal and just doing silly billy nonsense with it, and then timeline was screwed up, and now they are on a path to try and rectify it by making sure that historical figures do as they were meant to in the first place. We've had David Cameron last week.
The Brexit vote, wasn't it? It facilitated the beheading of one of Henry VIII's wives.
Yes.
They've made sure Caesar had his due end.
Yep.
And the moon landing went off without a hitch because of Adrian's interventions. They're on the path to putting things right, I guess. But that was the last time out. An associate
of Newton's have gay sex with someone. If I remember that rightly.
Something like that.
I just remember the gay sex.
I think it was just James being mischievous, I think, with Isaac Newton times.
Yeah, and just made sure that Newton gravitate again.
And last time at Burge obviously did the David Cameron story, but we've kind of toyed around with the idea of the writer of the scripts setting up the next historical leap. So Burge ended at the point where we'd gone into Napoleon times. So we found Burge on a ship, seemingly as Napoleon, and that's where we left it.
That's where we left it, yeah.
Cool.
We've not done the setting up thing, by the way.
Yes, so as a heads up.
We're going to just let the next person do as they wish.
So it was just me that did that. It was
unfortunate that we had
mentioned it.
We had said, let's set up a script. Bird left the stream, and then we were like, and Luke was like, no, don't do that. Right, Luke's right.
I'll take the hit there.
Forgot to tell Bird.
Yeah, totally.
100% my idea. I was like, let's try this, guys, and then
I liked it.
I honestly, but Luke made some decent points. In all fairness to him, he 100% made some decent points.
No, 100%. Yeah, it was.
In sort of
thanks for arguing for me, bro.
No, genuinely. Genuinely,
our script is no good and it's Burgess' fault.
I kind of liked being tied to a historical figure. It sort of like took the umbrage away from you of having to pick a historical time and sort of like focused on the story.
To be fair, that's the thing I struggled with my script. I went between 3 or 4 different ideas, where it's nice just to say, this is what we're doing, let's do a bit of research on that sort of thing.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really fun.
But the next writer doesn't have that benefit. That's what Luke's fault.
Yeah. We did toy with an idea of maybe doing that, and we just thought, we'll just leave it open-ended.
It's like 50-50 going to be me at this point anyway, so
yeah, pretty much. I mean, we were going to talk about that actually, funnily enough, about how do you guys want to proceed. Now I'll put my hand up and sort of say I'm kind of sort of like half looking forward to this era to sort of finish now, so I am kind of
wait, technically this doesn't count as one turn. This doesn't count because you both done it collaboratively. It should be 2 turns.
But it's okay. So who should we put on the
save this chat?
Yeah. Let's go.
This is an offline chat.
Yep, 100%.
Let's set this offline, guys.
I said to y'all last night, we're trying to sort this out before we start.
Yeah, we were trying to figure this out.
We're in now.
Could it.
Right, Luke, hit me with the sound.
So yeah, we started off with Napoleon. I think that's where we left it off.
Yeah, Napoleon.
That was a great point you made just that second ago.
I'm just gonna like butcher this. Like we're gonna be like, yes, and then it's going to be great. Right, Luke Williams, sound me, bro. Love it.
How does he do it? How does he do it like instantly? Just something completely different every time.
Single time.
Maybe I think about it before every session.
He's got his next 4
What
transitions.
can I do now?
He's in front of the mirror.
It's cutting all over the place. You always look like it catches you by surprise, and yet there's still like a great noise that comes out. It's fantastic.
That was my Donald Duck.
I think I think doing it on instinct seems to serve you well. So never change, Luke.
Absolutely.
If you don't get too much in your head about it.
Again, this is going to be 50% of our whole marketing strategy.
Yeah.
And again, I'm cutting all this out.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes of talking about Luke's sounds is getting chopped immediately.
For the Patreon.
For the Patreon.
Right, we're on.
Okay.
How did you guys find the writing experience?
Yeah, it's been good. So, full disclosure, all the words you see were typed out by Iolo, because I didn't have a means of sharing like the
it was difficult with like softwares and stuff.
So,
but it was all
essentially,
collaborative.
Iolo would go away, write 10 pages, and then we'd go through make a few tweaks. I'd suggest something, and Iolo would say that's a terrible idea. Carry on doing what he was doing. Then we'd read it. And
deeply
then,
offensive, Phil. That'll isolate half of our audience. I'm not going to just mention that about the Jews, Philip. I'd take their part. No, we very much took like the same approach that me and Adam took, where Adam and I sort of like pretty much like step by step did the entire story. So the entire story is both of our doing. It's just that I just then did the like tippity tappity, and then every Sunday we'd meet, read it, and then we'd do edits. So it was good. It worked out really well. I mean, we read it loads, which was really good, so that we could sort of hear it, which was
And so I'm looking forward to hearing your voices. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely. Should we just
roll?
Yeah, let's
do it. Ready?
100%.
Ready to roll? So as always, we'll kick off with where Burge ended it to ease straight into our script. So, but previously, a loud gunshot. What?
We've never done but previously before. I'm a big fan of that.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
Yeah, love it.
Again, Iolo innovation.
Fantastic.
No, I think that was in Burgess.
Skipping past that.
No, it can't have been
I
in
don't
Burgess.
think we've ever done. Have we done but previously? I don't remember but previously.
No.
I don't remember that. I don't even remember writing that. So yes, maybe. Yeah, I'll take the credit.
Great.
I'll look forward to the ongoing commentary.
And go.
So, yeah, sorry. That's enough of my notes. I'm done.
Quick note. Yeah.
And go.
Could you do that but in a slightly more French accent?
Get more Joaquin Phoenix, please.
Funny you should say that. But previously. A loud gunshot can be heard from the direction of the hospital.
All right, keep your nose on. You're as bad as them. I'm dressed and being escorted outside now.
There he goes.
Interior, exterior, time vortex. Adrian spins once again through the endless swirly-whirly mists of time. Exterior, large wooden-hulled ship. Day. A gigantic sail billows in the wind. 74 cannons line the ship's sides. There are crew members walking to and fro. They're wearing blue-buttoned uniforms, white leggings, and black boots. There's a lone figure standing at the bow of the ship. He stares off into the distance. He's slightly short.
It's amazing to be this close to him.
Well, go and introduce yourself.
Just your normal
Tell
voice,
him
please.
you're a big fan.
Just your normal voice, please, Luke.
It's French.
It's
Just
fine,
your normal
Gary,
voice,
you
please,
can
Luke.
do
Well,
it, you can
go
do
and
it.
introduce yourself. Tell him you're a big fan.
Nah, I'm too nervous. He'd probably hate the attention.
Do it. Honestly. Love it.
The first crew member walks awkwardly to the lone figure. He stands behind him and doesn't notice the eyes rolling back in his head or the slight trembling of his body.
Emperor Napoleon, I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of yours. Everything you've done for our country and has been superb. And my family and I thank you so deeply.
There's no immediate response.
Well, anyway, that's all I really wanted to say.
Napoleon suddenly lurches forward and hurls over the bow of the ship. He wipes his mouth with his sleeve and turns to the crew member.
Well, this is shite.
Pardon, monsieur? I did not mean to insult you, Emperor.
What do you... Hey, wait, hang on. You sound French now.
Excusez-moi?
No, yeah, you definitely have a French accent now. You didn't a moment ago. You had this sexy hint of a Welsh accent.
Pardon, monsieur? We have always been Francois?
We? Wait, you mean...
Adrian realizes he too should be speaking in a French accent.
Yes, sir. We are Francois. And on the subject of l'accent, yours seems to have...
Ah, shit. Pardonne-moi, petit pois. J'aime France.
The crew member gives Adrian a puzzled stare.
Nailed it.
Sorry, a second ago. Le second lago. You said my name. Ma t'appelle. Je me comment tu t'appelles. Je m'appelle.
Now can I do a
Yes.
French?
Now you made French, yes.
Are you okay, Monsieur Napoleon?
Adrian turns away from the crew member, putting a finger to his ear.
Napoleon, there it is. James, sitrep. Apparently I'm Napoleon. What should I know?
Bonaparte?
Fuck that. I draw the line at being beheaded.
Corny. Guess who did that joke?
Horrendous.
We'd be like that, just wait.
If you think that's... No. Bonaparte. His last name, you numbskull. Sorry, pal. Busy. You're on your own.
Fuck that good you are.
Basic fucking history. Fuck's sake. Just ask.
Adrian turns slowly to the crew member.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Adrian considers his words carefully.
Tu es, am I, j'ai, Napoleon. Tu es that.
Beautiful.
Wow.
You're almost too good, Birch.
I know, that's an ace. Oh my god, amazing.
Oh, he's been to France.
I speak France.
Besides, the crew member is staring at a leader who has apparently lost his faculties.
Zitrep.
Oh, oui, Sitrep. Well, we are about 10 miles away from the island now, sir, where you will endure your unfortunate exile from France. A great travesty, if you ask me, but unfortunately Paris is lost, monsieur.
Exiled? Oof, that sounds rough.
Oui, sir. A terrible thing indeed. Unfortunately, you will have to spend the remainder of your days on the island that you have been made the suffering of. Truly unimaginable. Oh, there it is now.
The crew member points towards an island in the distance. As Adrian turns, time slows to a crawl as he bears witness to a literal paradise. Elba, a small island between the coasts of Italy and Corsica, sits upon crystal clear waters. Rolling green hills lead up to sandstone walls, themselves brimming with lush greenery.
Welcome to your island, monsieur. Elba.
Holy fuck.
Oui.
Recording again. Carry on, sorry.
Cool, I'll carry on. So, cut to exterior, bleak, amphibious future. Day. James, leaning against a gurney carrying Adrian, tries to regain his breath. He's finally lost a trail of the gang members who only moments before were shooting at him.
I think I lost them. All good, Adrian.
Holy fuck.
Eloquent as ever. So, yeah, where was I? Loads to cover with Napoleon. Busy man. I'll get into it once I get off the streets.
James looks around him. He spots an empty office building across the road. He makes his way over.
Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. All good here. All good.
Sure.
Yeah, you focus on your future amphibian stuff. I'm great here. Busy. Writing history and all that.
Right. Okay, well, I suppose I should find us some new place to settle.
You do that. I'll need to do the same. It's dire this side, mate. Dire.
James enters the decrepit office building. We pan to the ground where a trail of fallen liquid traces behind him. Cut to exterior, Island of Elba. Day. Adrian lounges on the pristine beach as crystal clear waters wash against his bare feet.
Think I found us some suitable shelter now, for least.
Adrian looks up and squints at the harsh sunlight in his eyes.
Oh, shelter. Good shout, that. Lads, any chance we can get a shed put here? Broly, l'umbrella, s'il vous plaît, merci.
Adrian goes back to lounging. His crew exchange confused looks before hurriedly running to find their ample shade. Cut to interior, decrepit amphibian ruined building. Day. James, finger to his ear, struggles as he pushes Adrian on a gurney through the rundown office building.
You realise I can hear you, right?
Shade from the hail of bullets, arrows. How long ago is Napoleon? Spears? No, it doesn't feel right.
What are you up to?
Nothing. Just doing my job. They escorted me to some fancy island. Told me I'm the boss. I think I'm meant to just chill here for a bit.
Somehow doubt that.
Well, how would you know?
Because Napoleon is one of the greatest strategic minds of all time. He was the Emperor of France, and I'm pretty sure he was only on that island for a little while before he formed an army and set off to take back Paris. That's likely what you're meant to do.
There's a short pause. James comes across a lift which he tries to butt into, but it fails. He sighs as he looks upon a large staircase leading up. James lifts the front of the gurney and begins struggling with it up the stairs. Cut to exterior island of Elba. Day. Adrian, now being led through the island by his loyal crew, continues talking to James.
There's no nah about it. You're likely there to rile up the troops and go back to France.
Oh, come on, James. You should see the place. Do I deserve a holiday?
Cut to interior decrepit amphibian ruined building. Day. James finally reached the top of the first staircase. Only to his size, he noticed another set leading up to the first floor proper.
A holiday? You know what I've had to endure just to keep you alive.
Cut to exterior island of Elba. Day. Adrian is handed a basket of cheese and bread from a local. He sniffs at them and swoons.
Oh, and I've done nothing. You know what I've had to endure just to save your bloody timeline? A flirty Henry VIII?
Gnarling tadpole monsters.
Gay sex? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Gun-toting gang members.
Tories?
There's a pause.
Fair enough, but still, time is of the essence, Adrian. You can't be fanning about that. You need to sort this amphibian business and get back here.
Yeah, well, surely I get to have a break, right? From first in time. Even sweatshops have a lunch break, I think. A little sliver of time for myself. A little time holiday.
Adrian leans on the wall, looking over the colourful flowers at dawn, the hill sprawling down ahead of him.
Like every fifth one or something. I could just chill for a bit before doing the thing.
Cut to interior decrepit amphibian ruined building, first floor. James, having finally managed to climb the stairs, pushes the gurney through a corridor.
Do you fuck? What about me, eh? Where's my break? I have to lug you about, constantly trying to steer you in the right direction. It's not easy being the man in your ear, you know.
Well, then you take a break too.
I don't have the luxury of an exotic fucking island, you fuckwit. Lizard.
Suddenly, James' anger tired, interrupted by movement in the corner of his eye. As he turns, he's accosted by a gigantic lizard, its muscles pulsating, toppling him to the floor. Here we go.
Fuckwit lizard. That's a new one. Don't mind it, if I'm honest.
No.
Choking me.
James gasps for air, but nothing comes. Lizard, its grotesque claws wrapped tightly around James's throat, snarls as the life steadily drains from James's eyes. Suddenly, a hand swings from behind the lizard, deftly knocking him in the face. The lizard loosens its grasp and turns to face his assailant. Stood valiantly beside his gurney is Adrian, or at least Adrian's body.
Adrian?
Adrian responds from the past, seemingly unaware his body is awake in the future.
I'm here for you, buddy. Listen, if you're going to die, I've got a few things I should say.
The lizard lunges towards Adrian's body, who deftly avoids him, colliding with a wall as Adrian grasps the lizard by the tail.
Firstly, it was me. I stole your iPod shuffle. I blamed it on your dog, and then you went and got its stomach pump because you thought it swallowed it.
The lizard shrieks in anger, clawing at nearby walls and knocking filing cabinets to the floor as Adrian's body courageously maintains his grasp.
I just really wanted to listen to the new Sum 41 album, and you were being a dick about it. And then the dog never looked at me the same afterwards. Like it knew.
James rises from the ground in shock. The lizard, helpless under Adrian's grasp, swats away at him, but Adrian's body overpowers him.
Also, well, you know, you've been my mate for how many years now? I know we've never said it, but I hope that you at least know it, you know, how I feel.
Adrian's body twists the gigantic lizard's tail, causing him to shriek in pain before turning on his heels and expertly throwing the lizard out of a nearby window.
But if you're going to, well, you know, then I feel I should at least tell you that The
lizard falls to the ground, injured. James rushes over to the window to witness it slowly getting up, gripping at its torso and scuttling away.
Fuck me, that was close.
I'm glad you weren't killed by that lizard. What happened?
James slowly turns to face Adrian. Adrian stands squarely in the corridor, a hand tucked valiantly in the waist of his jacket.
Bonsoir. Oh, wait, sorry.
Sorry.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Where le diable am I? Why do I have such tiny hands?
Go to Interior Rundown Hospital. Day.
The boss and his goons, Barry and Julie, return to the hospital angrily, having lost James's trail. The boss kicks the foot of the deceased Jacob Burgess frog in frustration.
I can't believe it. We let him get away.
Don't blame yourself, boss. Barry winces as the boss turns around angrily.
Myself? Blame myself? I blame you, you utter Berkeley Hunts. You had him within your grasp and he managed to get by you.
The boss looks sternly towards Barry.
Oh, I don't remember what I did for this.
Yeah, we kind of skimp adjacent, I think.
Yeah.
He's that aspect of the double act between us.
Sorry, boss, but at least we've got access to this hospital. That's not what I did.
No, that's fine. I love it. I love it.
Loads of fresh supplies and medical equipment for the refuge. I'm sure there'll be.
Fuck the supplies. Fuck the medical equipment. We're after that crystal.
But sir!
But nothing. That crystal is our prime directive. Nothing else matters.
But we don't even know what it does!
The boss lunges at Barry, clutching him by the neck and lifting him with an unnatural strength.
You dare doubt me? Nicely. We don't need, to know what it does. We need it, understand? Gonna get it, even if it's the last thing we do.
The boss tosses Barry backwards, who collides violently with the wall and tumbles onto the ground. Julie rushes to his aid, helping him up. They both stare at the boss suddenly, who seems momentarily embarrassed.
I'm going to nip out for an oily rag.
The boss rushes out of the room. Cut to interior hospital toilet day. The boss hurriedly enters a bathroom within the hospital facility, his breathing erratic. He approaches the mirror above the sink and stares at his own reflection.
They're right. If they know what the crystal could do, maybe they'd be more willing.
The boss stares at himself intensely in the mirror, when suddenly a mysterious voice booms from the shadows. No, they cannot know about us.
Miss that voice?
The role you
But they'll soon ask questions. Their loyalty might wane. They could help us. If only they knew that.
Do not question me. They cannot know. They cannot begin to comprehend our mission. It is beyond their feeble minds. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do. So, what do we do now? How do we proceed?
Send the fools out to find the thief who wields our crystal. We stay put. The idiot is bound to return here once he runs out of the medical supplies he seems to so sorely need.
Yes, sire. Good plan, sire. The crystal is sure to be in our grasp in no time.
Yes, sooner the better.
Yes, sire.
And Alan, let me never again hear such insolence. Interior decrepit amphibian room building. Later, James paces in an office space in awe of Napoleon in Adrian's body as he sits atop his gurney.
Holy shit. Fucking Napoleon. Jesus.
Sorry, can I just say, I know we'll get into it afterwards, but the fact that the boss calls it sire is really funny as well.
It's deferential.
Tiny hands? What does he mean, tiny hands?
Napoleon fucking Bonaparte.
Fucking gall of him. You think I like being in his tiny little body? I can barely reach my drink.
Drink?
I mean, musket. Bernard Club.
James sighs.
Explain to me again, monsieur. Am I in the future?
Yes. Sorry, you see, in the IV bag over there, that crystal, well, the crystal allows my compatriot to swap consciousness with the historical members of the past. We had, prior to this, been keeping Adrian's body under sedation, but as you can see...
James gestures to the IV bag, which is empty owing to a gunshot puncture.
I got into a bit of a scrape and the sedative leaked, so now, well, you're awake in the future. We kept you asleep because we'd already fucked up the past enough. Last thing we need is historical figures in the future. When this mess all started, my friend's body got taken over by Sigmund Freud, who started flirting with his mum.
Bloody pervert. James, ask him about the hands thing.
Adrian, you've got tiny hands. All right, mate. I sheltered you from it long enough.
You absolute bastard.
That's what you get for stealing my iPod Shuffle.
Oh, you heard that, did you?
So, your friend, the tiny hands man,
Fuck off.
is in my body in the past.
That's right. We're trying to correct the course of history, so we're making sure you lot do what you were supposed to, so that the world doesn't end up like, well, this.
James gestures to the window, which shows buildings torn asunder, the streets empty owing to the prevalence of dangerous amphibians.
Oui. It is, how you say, a bit shit. So he is forced to face my exile. I am sorry he has to endure such things.
Yeah, I won't worry about him too much.
Cut to exterior, island developer day. Adrian lounges on a waist-high wall. An upturned wooden barrel next to him used as a makeshift table. He reaches for a tankard of his drink and takes a hefty swig.
Oof, that's strong. Need a mixer.
He looks into the village and spots a member of his crew pottering about.
Lad. Croissant. Monsieur, do you have a moment? Le moment.
The crew member approaches. Monsieur?
All right, lad. What's your name? Your t'appelle.
Je m'appelle Pierre, monsieur.
Really?
Oui, monsieur. Oui, monsieur.
It's not a bit cliche.
Monsieur?
Listen, never mind. The reason I called you over here was, well, do we have some sort of mixer for my drink here? Le mixer. It's a bit strong as it's.
Mixer, monsieur?
Mixer's not invented yet. Are they like Coke, maybe? Do you have Coke?
Cocaine, monsieur?
What? No. Well, maybe. Let's shelve that one for now. Something sweet I can put into this rum of yours, like a fruit juice. You have fruit juice?
The crew member mulls on this a moment. We have limes, monsieur, to combat scurvy?
Oh, not a bad shout. That'd do. How much of that do you have?
A shipful, sir, along with the rum rations.
Hold on. You're telling me with a ship full of rum and lime?
Oui, monsieur. An idea dawns on Adrian.
Interesting.
Cut to interior, decrepit amphibian ruin building day. James sighs.
Yeah, he seems to be doing all right.
Oui, so what are we to do now? Your friend is to suffer my exile, and then I shall go back, oui?
Well, not quite. He has a thing to do, which I best not tell you, as it might cause, time bullshit. But once he pulls his thumb out and does that, then we'll be good.
And what shall we do in the meantime?
Well, we need supplies. Ideally, I need to refill that IV bag. Can't have more historical figures popping up in the future. And the only place where I could think to get that is, well, swarming with gang members.
Gang members?
Yeah.
Love it.
Apparently some survivors have grouped up and are after the time crystal. The odds would be totally against us. We'd be totally outnumbered. We need some sort of...
An idea dawns on James.
Miracle.
James smiles at Napoleon.
What are you smiling at me like this? Is it France?
Fuck off.
Well, you are a world-renowned strategist.
No, absolutely no. You see, what your friend endures because of my stratagem, I'm a failure. I've let my army and France down. I am no use to anyone.
But you're Napoleon Bonaparte, legendary strategist. It's what you're mostly known for. Without treading on dangerous, spoilery ground, you've got to have some inkling, owing to the fact that I still know your name all these centuries later.
Probably as the biggest loser in history.
No, we did David Cameron last time.
Way.
Oh, thank you.
This is besides the point. My family have been forced back to Austria, penniless. I've been cast out from glorious France. I even
What?
I even tried to kill myself. Cyanide, but It is of no use. I am such a gigantic loser. I cannot even kill myself properly.
Bordering on Schwarzenegger a little bit.
I know, yeah, that was like major
I
Schwarzenegger.
cannot even kill myself.
Shades of Schwarzenegger.
I'm trying to move.
I love
Very
it.
good.
I'm so enjoying this.
Syphilis.
Gross.
What? No, I treat that with arsenic.
Seems medically sound. you have to, though. I need you to.
No. I simply refuse. I will sit here in this maison de merde and await the lizard to consume my flesh.
Come on. Just in a slump, mate. We've all been there. Just a bit of a downward incline, but you just need to buck up and get back on your horse.
Marchengo, my loyal horse, I do miss you.
James sighs as Napoleon weeps for his long-lost horse.
Jesus. Well, you can at least come with me. Hey, provide lookout whilst I go scout out the hospital. Maybe in luck, and they'll have left to find the crystal.
Why would a gang member seek out such a troublesome crystal?
Honestly, I have no idea. I thought me and Adrian were the only ones who even knew it existed. Speaking of that, it might be worthwhile stowing it for now, just in case they are still there and try to snap it off us.
But your friend, doesn't he need to stay in the past?
Nah, it was only needed to bump him back there in the first place. We'll only need it again to bring him back. He's got its time juice coursing through him. Should be fine.
Time jus.
It's not worth dwelling on it.
James looks around the room and spots an old bedside drawer. He pops the crystal out of the MTV IV bag and stows it under some detritus in the drawer. Cut to exterior Dire Streets day.
Barry and Julie walk the streets on a hunt for James.
This is ridiculous. He's probably miles away by now, like finding a needle in a haystack.
Why would a needle be in a haystack?
It's a saying.
It's saying what?
No, it's an idiom.
That's not a nice thing to call it.
Idiom, you idiot. It's a comparably hard thing to do.
Still Luke.
Finding a needle in a haystack would be hard. Just like finding that fucking guy in this giant city. It's going to be...
That one there?
Julie gestures ahead of her, where they both catch the sight of James and Napoleon, trying in vain to stealthily navigate the streets.
That guy, yes!
Think you owe that needle an apology.
Cut to exterior Dire Streets elsewhere. Napoleon and James cautiously navigate the streets, keeping a keenish eye on their surroundings. Napoleon lags behind, kicking rocks with his hands in his pockets.
Come on, Napoleon, buck up. Most people will be jazzed to be in the future. Look at how tall the buildings are. Look, over there, a car. It's like a boat on land with wheels.
No, it's of no compared to my glorious horse.
Yeah, it's a Skoda, but there are other better cars.
I would only lead the Skoda to its untimely demise.
Oh, mate, you're such a bummer. Come on, there's got to be something I can do to cheer you up. Get you jazzed again so you help me at this hospital. How about I tell you a little spoiler?
Spoiler, yeah? What is this? Like, here we go, d'omelette?
No, spoiler. Like when you spoil a movie for someone before they see it.
Movie?
Yeah, like moving pictures that tell a story. All the rage in the future. Oh, actually, that'd be a good one. Then make one about you, and you'll be played by Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, he's an actor, big star.
A star? I do not know it. Is it usually in celestial navigation?
No, stars, like really popular people that are better than us. God, talking to people from the past is exhausting.
Go to exterior Elber Island Beach. Day.
You know how I feel.
Adrian seems busy in the past, directing his crew members as they lug large planks of wood.
Yep, just over there, boys. On top of those barrels over there.
What are you up to?
I'm building ramparts.
Cut to exterior Dire Streets.
I will give you 50 quid if you tell me what ramparts are right now.
Like a ramp for tanks.
Sacré bleu.
All right. I need you to get all high and mighty on me too. Get enough of that in my ears.
Right, whatever. We have to concentrate here. The hospital is just around the corner.
James and Napoleon sat up to a wall overlooking the street leading to the hospital.
So these movies you speak of, what sort of stories did they recreate? Ones of complete and utter failure?
It's reached critical mass.
I love it.
Failure.
Stop fishing. They tell all sorts of stories. Happy, sad, scary, gruesome. They encapsulate the whole range of emotions.
Suddenly, Napoleon notices a large shadow looming around him. He turns and notices Julian Barry approach. He calls to James, who seems to be otherwise occupied.
Shit!
Plenty of those too.
No, the bad guys!
On Disney Plus, quite good at that. Yeah.
Goons!
You mean the Goonies? Absolute banger. Hey, you guys!
Villains!
Bill Skarsgård, loved him in Barbarian.
2 men!
And the baby. Classic, another classic.
Dangerous men!
Ah, nice. That 2005 film, I think. Get obscure now. Watch that at a sleepover.
No. Clear and present danger!
Harrison Ford film? I can't say I remember that one.
Jeopardy!
Oh, you mean Double Jeopardy with Tommy Lee Jones? I had that on DVD.
Look out!
2007 film with Jeff Daniels and Gordon Levitt. Don't think I've seen it, but I think I've heard.
James, turn around. The bad guy's here.
James said, see Julian Barry looming over them.
Well, fuck, why didn't you say anything?
Julian Barry pounced upon the pair. Sorry, guys.
That was 2 lines and Phil insisted it was a page. Phil was like, more.
Johnson.
It does remind me of Johnson as well. Sorry.
Cut to exterior island Velvet Day. Adrian stands proudly on the beach as the military men pant heavily around him. They finally finished construction on the building Adrian was having them make.
She's a beaut.
On the beach, Adrian has made a makeshift bar out of logs from a nearby forest. The building is a simple shack with large openings in the front, overlooking the beach. Upturned stumps line its exterior as makeshift stools.
Monsieur, pardon-moi, but may I ask, what is it for? Our rum and lime seem perfectly safe on our galleons.
It's not storage, my little Frenchie. It's a tiki bar.
Tiki, monsieur?
Yes, tiki. Like a beach bar. They're the best. A communal area, serving fruity cocktails with umbrellas in them. Mai Tai, pina colada, mojitos.
Something you picked up during your rule of Spain, monsieur?
What? No. Me and James went to Disneyland once and there was one there. We got so leery that we had to be escorted out. Hey, Disneyland Paris. Like what you lot are always crying about.
Oui, monsieur. We lost a lot of our families and friends in our attempt to reclaim Paris. So many dead, so much suffering.
Good.
Oui, monsieur. Many were. By bayonets.
Sucks for you. I lost €25 on parking and the contents of my stomach on the Buzz Lightyear ride.
The crew members exchange troubled stares. Cut to interior. Dilapidated hospital. Day. James and Napoleon, in Adrian's body, are bound by the arms and legs to wooden chairs and the table. James sighs.
Jesus.
Oui, a troublesome predicament, no?
No, not that. Sorry, just listening in on Adrian. The earlier we get you back, the better.
He is suffering in my exile.
I think it's your crew that's suffering.
My crew, I miss them too.
That's you again, Luke.
Spell double Luke.
Quiet. Oh, quiet you.
Barry and Julie, idling in the corner, pace about impatiently.
Pardon, messieurs. I was just reminiscing upon my men, honorable men who relied upon me and who I failed. I do so wish I could make it up to them.
Julian Barry's curiosity is piqued.
Make it up to them?
Oui, I failed them. They have entrusted unto me their lives, and I have squandered that trust. I hope they will accept me as their leader. Accept you? But if you're the boss, force it upon them, right? Have them do your bidding, or if they say otherwise, you beat them. Monsieur Sacre Bleu, no. I would never do such a thing to my men who have entrusted me as their leader. Without them, I would be powerless. A good leader is only as good as the many leads. That trust should never be abused.
Suddenly, the door swings open violently. The boss enters, snarling happily at the sight of James and Adrian. Well, well, well. You boys have actually done some good for a change. Julie and Barry back away hesitantly. Well then, you got yourselves in some barney rubber now, haven't you? Thought you could escape me, eh? No one escapes. The boss. I'm going to carve you up into little pieces. Feed you inch by inch to the lizards out there. The boss turns to Julie and Barry. Now, where's the crystal? Julie and Barry look sheepish.
Well, sir, the thing is...
They didn't have it.
You what? The boss keels over a moment, clutching tightly to his stomach in pain.
You all right, boss?
The boss retains his composure and continues his tirade. You absolute idiots. What do you mean they didn't have it? You just grabbed them and the crystal. You just grabbed them?
I don't know what to tell you, sir. We searched them. They don't have it on them.
Then they must have stashed it. Do you not bother to look around? We trace our steps. We need the crystal. The crystal is... Ugh! The boss keels over again.
We didn't see them stash it.
The boss retains his composure once more. Well, you wouldn't, would you? That'd defeat the point. They want you to have it. They're not going to stash it in plain sight, you fucking idiots. The boss takes a swing at Barry, who winces away. Sorry, I just went too early, didn't I? The boss bats Julie over the head, who cowers. You witless dopes. The boss takes a swing at Barry, who winces away. I'll shoot my boot so far up your...
That is enough.
From his wooden chair, Napoleon pipes up.
That is no way to treat your men.
The boss turns menacingly towards Napoleon. What did you say? The boss marches over to him.
You do not intimidate me, you brute. A monsieur acts so brutishly to his own compatriots is not a man that I could fear. You are an insolent child, unfit to command.
Oh, is that right? The boss reaches into his pocket and fishes out a knife. I bet you'll be real intimidating once I start cutting the fingers off those tiny hands of yours.
Him too.
My hands may be tiny.
Fuck's sakes.
But my heart is large. The people who choose to follow you deserve to be treated as more than dogs.
The boss puts a knife to Napoleon's neck. You dare insult me, Frenchie. At least a dog will be able to fetch. I asked them one thing, to bring in the fucking crystal, and they can't even do that. The petulant oafs deserve to be punished for their insolence, just like you will be. Now, you're going to tell me where you... The boss is interrupted by a hand on the nape of his neck as Julie finally reaches breaking point.
That's it.
With a colossal swing, Julie throws the boss backwards onto the far wall. The boss collides with her violently. You fuckwit! I'm gonna... As the boss attempts to get up, his knife in hand, he's floored again by a swift kick from Barry.
Shut the fuck up, you cockney little cockney. We've had enough of your shit.
Barry slides a knife along the floor towards Julie, who picks it up.
Que show me, sirs, you deserve better than that filth.
Julie begins cutting Napoleon free.
I think the lads back at the encampment will be glad to be rid of him. Went a bit potty over all this crystal business.
Crystal.
Suddenly, a strange voice bellows from seemingly nowhere. Looking back, the boss is stood upright with a maniacal look in his eye. We're not done with you yet. The boss unfastens a button on his shirt, revealing his torso. In lieu of a stomach, the boss's entire midriff is covered in green scales with a demonic serpentine face at its centre.
Puny humans, you shall fall before us.
What the actual fuck?
What is it?
Lizard torso.
What?
Reptilian belly?
You having a stroke?
I'm fib-dibbing.
Oh, that's good.
Bon.
Sorry, Luke, I stole your line there. Sorry,
Yeah, no, that's fine. It works.
It's okay.
Born.
Oh, bon.
That's it.
Silence. You have not heard the last of me. I shall have that crystal one way or the other.
Next time we seize you, you're brown bread. With a tremendous leap, the and his host, the boss, bound for a nearby window and out of sight.
Brown bread?
He means dead.
Then why didn't you just say dead then?
Cockney rhyming slang. It's fucked.
That was all fucked.
Aye.
Fine on time, me too.
Julie and Barry looked to one another, then to Napoleon, who nods gently.
All right. Go on then.
And mind if I take some sedative for the road?
Each to his own.
James grabs a bag of sedative from a nearby cabinet. Cut to exterior island of Elba, day.
Adrian sits on a tree-stump stool at his newly constructed bar. A befuddled crewman, with the sleeves of his overcoat torn off into a makeshift waistcoat, works away at making a fancy cocktail with the limes and rum he has on hand.
There you go, Pierre. That's the way.
My name is not Pierre, monsieur.
Oh, shit. Sorry, you all blend together after a while. What's your name?
Jean-Luc, monsieur.
Holy shit, like Picard.
Picard, monsieur?
Doesn't matter. Anyway, carry on, Jean-Luc. A little bit of lime on the edge of the glass there. Yeah, just like that.
Hey, Adrian, no need to worry. I'm safe.
What's that?
The boss, who ended up having a reptilian face on his chest, which we dubbed Amphibdemon.
Well, that's just excellent.
Right? Yeah, well, we managed to defeat him, and now his men have set us free.
Right. That's great. I'm glad you're safe, mate. I was worried there.
You had no idea, did you?
No. I was proper concerned. Like, honestly, I was on the edge of my... No, Jean-Luc, on the edge of the glass. Like, wedged on, not in the glass.
Busy, are you?
Honestly. It's no wonder Napoleon lost the war. This man can't even make a cocktail.
Cocktail.
Molotov cocktail. We're retaking the galleon from the Spanish.
Your mojito, monsieur?
Mojito, is it?
That's the name of their leader, Mojito Daiquiri, proper tyrant. Get away from our boat, you Spanish war person, or I'll shoot you with my... You buying this?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Built a bar, have you?
Yeah.
Tiki bar?
Yeah.
Like Disneyland Paris?
Yeah.
Funny that. Disneyland in Paris, and you're there because Napoleon lost Paris.
That's what I said.
Cut to exterior, Dyer Street Day. Julie, Barry and Napoleon stood outside the building that James stole the crystal. Watch on as James paces back and forth with a finger to his ear, talking to Adrian.
Does he do that a lot? The whole talking to himself thing? He's talking to his friend.
Oh, right. The old man was like that in his later years, talking to old friends he lost in the war.
No. He's talking to his compatriot in the past.
Aye, my dad did that too.
No, physically in the past, like time travel.
Didn't do much travelling, did my dad? You were in a wheelchair. James approaches them.
Sorry about that. Just talking to Adrian.
Julie puts a caring hand on his shoulder. That's nice, James. Here's hoping he was okay, eh? It's me, Julie. Remember me?
What's wrong with it?
Don't worry about it.
Right, well, thanks for the help, I guess. Although we wouldn't have needed it if you'd not kidnapped us to begin with, so I suppose bygones be bygones, eh?
Aye. Good sir, before we go, I have one question to ask of you. Why did you help us? After kidnapping us, why did you turn on your leader?
Cut to exterior, Isle of Elba. Adrian has slid a tankard by his makeshift barkeep.
Here we go. Good job, Picard. Now let's give her a taste.
He takes a swig and promptly spits it out.
Holy shit, that's disgusting. I told you, 1 part rum to 2 parts lime. What went wrong?
I think that's meant to be you, Phil.
Oh, fair enough. I did as you asked, monsieur. 1 part rum and 2 parts lime. I chose the skin and the stem.
Jesus, Jean-Luc. I meant 2 swills of lime juice. Do it again.
Cut to exterior, Dyer Street, same time. Well, it's as you said, a good leader is only as good as the man he leads. He was a bad leader, and I was tired of doing bad on his behalf.
Yeah, without us, he was useless. You're right. A good leader is only as good as the men he leads, but good men should strive for a better leader. Me and Julie, we're good men, squandered by the likes of him under the tutelage of a good leader, someone like you. We can do anything.
Napoleon considered this a moment.
We Hey, with my med at my side, I can do anything.
Cut 2, exterior, Iolo Roberts, same time. Adrian gets handed another cocktail. This one, however, looks perfect. The liquid an ideal blend of rum and lime, the lime wedge pristinely placed on the flagon, mint leaves resting enticingly within the drink.
Is that mint?
Oui, monsieur, I found a bushel in the forest. I thought it might compliment to drink some.
Well done, Picard. Well done. Now come here, you.
Cut 2, exterior, dire streets.
So, as I was saying, never really knew my father, so to find someone that I'm willing to follow and won't treat me like dirt, it's a godsend. Look at me, harping on. Just so happy to have finally found someone who...
Napoleon, in the midst of Barry's passionate speech, collapses to the ground.
We can do anything.
Cut 2, exterior, Iolo Roberts. Adrian picks up the drink, and just as it comes into contact with his mouth, he collapses to the ground. Cut 2, interior, swirly whirly vortex of time. Adrian is pulled once more through the vortex of time.
Fuck's sakes.
Cut 2, exterior, dire streets. James looks down at Adrian's body, laying on the streets, his eyelids fluttering. Oh my god, what happened?
Leader! Oh, great leader, are you okay?
Sorry, lads. He's gone.
Dead?
No, gone back to the past.
But he was going to be our leader. He was going to steer us in the right direction. He was going to be my dad.
Barry begins bawling his eyes out.
I'd be happy to maybe give it a go.
Barry and Julie look James up and down.
Sorry.
Nah. Barry and Julie begin walking off, Julie consoling the tearful Barry.
Hey, what about his body? You ever going to help me with it?
Barry and Julie do not a break of their stride.
Fuck's sakes.
Cut 2, interior, decrepit amphibian ruined building later. James bursts into the room where he left his things, Adrian's body draped over his shoulder. He drops him with a thud back on the gurney and sighs.
Fucking tiny hands, but you're still heavy as fuck, you fuckwit lizard.
Fuck off.
Right, well, that's us then. Let's grab the crystal.
James walks over to the small cabinet where he earlier stole the crystal. He opens the drawer but stops short. He moves the detritus of the drawer around, but it's no use. The crystal is gone.
Fuck!
Cut 2, interior, swirly whirly vortex of time, same time. Adrian continues through the vortex towards a bright light at its end. The light grows until it completely envelops him, taking yet another but suddenly.
Ooh, very good, guys.
Yeah, well done, guys. That was so fun.
That was all in the reading. Like, me and Phil read it so much, and we did not do it justice in comparison to you guys. Holy shit, you guys read it excellently. Good job. Luke,
I think it was in the script. Like it was.
It was all there. It was all.
Yeah, it was so funny.
But the thing, like me and Phil sort of agonized over like properly conveying Napoleon as mopey, and then like Luke just sort of like read it excellently. Like it was like absolutely perfectly read. Like his low like.
That's why I had like screen descriptors with him like kicking the can down the road and just being.
We were trying to really
mopey,
milk
but,
it to like show that he was like, and Luke was like, "Do they show films of complete and utter failure?" And I was like, "That was so good."
His French accent was so good.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
It was so
Absolutely
good.
funny. And even like every one of you guys, like you've read long enough now. Like you do this excellent thing where you kind of like read ahead a little bit, sort of get the gist, and then sort of like add your own vibe to it, and it's so excellent. Like you just sort of like like Burge's Frenching it up for the crew members was so much better than I could ever hope it would be. Like James as a whole, like every
You
gag
went way
that
heavier than I thought you were going to actually. I enjoyed that. That's what you did.
Yeah, no. Like we were kind of worried about like the movie references thing, which went down quite well, and I'm glad that we nailed the tiny hands jokes all through it all, because I was like really worried that I was like, I'm really hammering home this tiny hands thing, but like
Him too.
him too. Yeah, but it was excellent. Good job, guys.
No, it was perfect. It was the perfect amount to mention it. Every time it got brought up, it was like long enough since the previous time that it was
like
funny again. Yeah,
yeah, because you could do it a bit too much sometimes, can't you? But I was just like,
no, it was just right. I thought.
I also thought it was very. I appreciated the fact that you didn't take the easy route of picking on Napoleon for his height.
Yeah,
That's like the common.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah,
There was
the thing
a
is,
brief
we
reference
wanted Napoleon in there because obviously Adrian was becoming Napoleon, but because he's such like a kind of cliched figure, we that's why we had the concept of him coming into the future timeline, just so we could actually play around with Napoleon and stuff. Have a poke at him. But
because the original
5'7". It's not that small.
5'7" is not too bad. But like we originally toyed with the idea because like I think Phil was the one that nailed it initially. Phil was like, we have to have French Napoleon. We can't have Adrian be Napoleon because we miss out on Frenchy Napoleon guy. So we were like, 100%, because Napoleon is such like a notorious character. We have to have him in there somehow. So our original idea...
it was like, would Adrian be someone else or jar into someone else on the ship so Napoleon's there? It still has Napoleon and kind of bossing Adrian around.
Because the original concept was like Napoleon was so good at warfare that he like fought Adrian back for his own mind, and then like Adrian was kind of like bumped to the side to one of the crew members, and then we were going to have like a stereotypical Adrian heavy episode with James in the background. But then I think like we both sort of thought, oh, what if Napoleon wakes up in the future and this entire time they've been keeping like the historical, because I think we discussed this is ages ago now, but like we discussed like what happens to them. Sort of like we were like, oh, maybe they're just like in Adrian's body, but Adrian is comatose. So I think we played on that. So
opens up a mighty can of worms.
I know that's what we thought as well.
The most sort of future stuff we've done, isn't it? Because it kind of was, Adrian's thing was almost a B story in this one, where he's just building his bar and kind of enjoying being on his time holiday.
I had a gag. I was trying my best to have a gag about a timeshare in there, but I couldn't get it to work. Like I was like, "There's something timeshare, something," but it didn't work.
I like time holiday. Time holiday works.
Time holiday is good, yeah.
But so it's I don't know if it was noticeable to you guys, but so Napoleon's the one that kind of triggers the time correction, and that he realizes he needs to rally his troops by Julian Barry. So I thought it was a bit nice little.
Was a nice.
Very much to Adrian's chagrin.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice to have a chilled Adrian episode. I think that was definitely the right direction to take, considering what's coming before.
Yeah, it was fun to have like little Adrian sketches, because Adrian is like, thanks to Burge, is like it hasn't been embodied by this there's just this hilarious. He's kind of been made out to be sort of like stupid and just sort of common, and he's like the worst candidate to be going to the past. And it was like kind of fun because like me and Phil just played with like all these little sketches we had in the background, like just essentially just little like Adrian fucking about in the past sketches that were just fun to do. It was really fun. It was ace. But James and Adrian are great characters. I do love them so much.
The Pierre gag was great.
The Pierre
cliche. It was really good.
We toyed with like there was more of that originally, because like I think the idea was, and it got a bit too like minded, but I had like the idea that like the crew members would always change, and that originally I think Adrian would always refer to them as Pierre, and then like the next one would be deeply offended by that. Like, not all French people have called them Pierre, and it's like, well, whatever you were, so chill out. But we just went a different way with it and just sort of like had it the way it was. But I quite like Julie and Barry as well. Like that was introduced by Burge, and they were fun characters to play. And Amphibian. We just thought, we were like, me and Phil.
We?
Well, I know.
Idea do you think Amphibian was?
Yeah. Who are you kidding? That's got nothing to do with Phil.
I did originally want to put a line there going like, guess who thought that one up? But we talked about like doing something with the boss, like having the boss be like something else, like adding an element to the boss.
Yeah, like this cliched cockney gangster.
And then I said Amphibian enthusiastically. And Phil was like, not really, I don't like it. I was like, no, it's happening.
Is a snake.
His torso is a snake. We're gonna leave that to you.
So snakes, is it reptiles or is it? Are we delving away from amphibians or expanding the?
You decide.
That's you guys. We have washed our hands with that one.
Was he supposed to be the serpent guy from the chateau?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, yeah. We just thought
that was why I found it so funny. I thought we'd spun it back.
Because I like the idea that every single era we've had has had a snake person. So like even the original, we had Snake Queen. So I just like to think that this is sort of just like a cyclical, like there always has to be red time crystal. There always has to be a second lizard person or a snake person. It's just like this regular thing. Just makes me laugh. I love it.
Just quickly, when the boss was like keeling over during his speech, I was like, has the boss got cancer? And they're like, he needs the time crystal to go back to save himself. I was like,
That'd be a dark.
dark.
That'd be super dark.
I'm fifth of it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, we were just gonna go super dark with it.
You didn't get it from the start.
Barry and Julie's gonna go, he needs it, otherwise he might die, and it's gonna be like a really, really, really dramatic ending to it. Stupid snake stomach is always the answer. But yeah, and on the subject of how it carries on, we need to sort of like, maybe we can do this afterwards if you guys want to leave or whatever, but like, who's next? You decide.
Sure.
I know, Luke, you're in the running. Adam, do you want to do one?
Go back. Yeah, I'll go back in. That's fine.
Yeah, so it's essentially, Phil, do you want to do one?
I'll keep myself out of it.
Okay.
I reckon if you keep yourself out of it,
Yeah.
if you wheel with those three, and then potentially do a wheel with the rest of us if you want, Iolo, I don't mind.
Does
Is that only too many scripts? It depends how you want to talk about trying to wrap up the thing, really.
Yeah, because I'm quite like, although I love all this and I love Adrian and James, I'm kind of like cool for it to sort of maybe slowly come to an end now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, I know me and you've done one, so I wouldn't. And Burge has technically done two. Oh no, Burge has done one, so technically Burge would be in the running.
I thought. Oh yeah.
We've all done one, haven't we? Wasn't this the first of?
Well, I've
No.
done two.
Me,
You
Adam,
have done
and
two,
Burge have
Phil.
done one. You two have done half.
Well, no, we did
Oh,
one
we've done one
previously as
before
well.
this.
So we've done 1.5.
We've done 1.5. You've done one, and one. So I suppose it should be just
So
like.
you three should be on the wheel for this one, I think.
I'm happy to be in the wheel.
But then it's whether, I don't know. Yeah,
felt
just do that for now. Just tackle the next
like
one. And then,
roughly 10 episodes or fewer, if that's what you want, is about right. Like it's what we did with the chateau.
yeah, worked very well.
100%.
And like with the first arc, with the 5, maybe it ran for like a few episodes too long. Who knows? Like I was enjoying it, but like
I was enjoying it as well. But I know what you mean.
but keeping it contained to like a shorter amount, and then like you can always come back to it. You know, if
100%.
we enjoy it or whatever.
Because
I think it worked well with the Chateau, didn't it?
Yeah, 100%
I
did.
think so.
It's good. Having a finite time on it was good.
Even if you wanted to, this is just a suggestion, is that me and Phil did this one. We could do like the latter half of this be like all done in collab. So like, you know, the next one could be 2 of you, and then the last one could be, I know that would mean some overlap, but it could be another two, and then it could be the end of it. So that is like an all collab latter half. Or it could just be like the Chateau, where it's like a collaborative final episode. Or as Phil and I discussed, we don't really have to finish it, like, because it could just it could just be that, like, you know, we decide that, like, okay, we're done with this for now, but later on,
like Adrian's in a swirly mist of time, and you just kind of leave it at that for a bit and do something else.
Just do something else.
I think that makes more sense than trying to finish it. I think whoever does the last episode, whether it's a collaboration or one of us, should leave it open-ended. I think that makes the most sense for this format.
I mean, there is the setup, that Quantum Leap setup, where it's just like, you know, Beckett never returned home. Yeah, we could just easily do that.
He's misspelled his name, Adrian with an E. Adrian never returned home.
Absolutely. So, am I spinning for Luke, Adam, and Burge now?
Yeah, so we do like a transition. No, to do it for the video, we just do a transition and do the wheel.
I'm there. I'm right
transition
there.
noise, please.
Yeah, Luke, give me a noise and I'll add it later. Wait, actually, Luke Williams, hit me with a noise now. Nice.
Time for the wheel.
To the wheel. All right, I'm just gonna spin it.
It's the wheel noise. So, yeah.
It's looking like a
that's Birch. That's you, buddy.
The baton is passed back to you.
Isn't that the second time Burge has got a Burge episode Burge? I'm sure that's the second time Burge has done that.
It happened
in the Chateau?
Yeah.
Was it
in
the
E5.
Chateau?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It was you, then me, then you again, I think.
Because you changed it. You did like a standalone episode, didn't carry on anything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Guess
I'm
finishing my own.
Keep going.
But didn't you establish...
And I had no ideas.
No, you did the first Chateau, yeah, so it couldn't have been the Chateau one. No, you're right. Yeah, so Burge, you're next. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Just to throw in, Burge, if you reach a point in the coming week and you are struggling to A, get things done, or B, come up with ideas, give me a shout. I'll trade.
Do you want to do it? Like, if you want to do it, then that's fine as well. Like, I don't mind.
Look at Burns, like, I am very quick to jump ship.
No. If you have an idea in mind already, then like go for it. Like.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way.
All right. I'll give it a crack.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Got away with murder.
The wheel's redundant. Until we get
The wheel has lost all meaning.
Oh my god. Shadow of our former selves. We used to abide by the spinner.
Chat after the wheel.
Yeah.
That's what makes us human.
Cool. Well, that was fun. That was great. It was a great script, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Till next time.
Nicely done, guys.
Let's super wrap that up.
I know, yeah. Burgess
now,
ready to go. Bye. We only have him for an hour. All right, bye.